Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna and this morning we're visiting with Jason Phillips. He's a Simpson County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Joanna.
Well, I'm glad you're here today because we've been talking a little bit this year about a new insect that we found in Kentucky, but things are getting a little bit more serious with this insect, and that's the fire ant.
So it seems like there's always kind of new insects that we're talking about these days, and the fire ant is kind of the new one on our radar. And you know, the reason that we're talking about it is that it's kind of expanded its range, and typically it's not been a problem in Kentucky. You know, it has been found over around land between the lakes and western Kentucky counties, you know, for several years, but now that's to the west of us, of course. Now they've been found to the east of us.
And they have found several mounds.
So that's one thing about the fire ant is they make really big mounds. So there's two different species. There's a red fire ant and a black fire ant, which kind of muddies the water and makes it harder for folks to identify them. But one of the things that they all have in common is that they make the huge fire ant mounds.
And so, Jason, I know people, after we talked about this on the show a couple months ago, people were finding like little mounds in their backyard and were concerned that it was fire ants.
Right.
But fire ants make a much larger
much larger. It's like you look at it and you think, wow, that's a big mound, you know, really big mound. So it would jump out to you and look different than any other mound that you've typically ever seen. So, you know, like we said, it's in western Kentucky, but it's also been found east of us in Whitley County and McCreary County. You know, a lot of folks are kind of familiar with Corbin, I think, right in that area. So it's not, you know, incredibly far, but I'm sure folks are wondering, you know, too, like, how is this, you know, how could this impact us?
Yeah, because I mean, we're here, right? They're over there. Obviously, they don't travel very far on land, but there could be some restrictions because they've been found over there.
Exactly. So that first off, you know, now since they're obviously spreading, there could be some quarantines, you know, so maybe they can't ship out nursery stock or soil or hay, lots of different things. So they're good hitchhikers. And so also, you know, if a flooding event, you know, obviously we've had the terrible floods in eastern Kentucky, and they can float down through floodwaters and spread that way. So hopefully, you know, those are a couple different ways that they spread, but also we could directly be impacted, and those counties as well could be impacted, obviously, if they can't ship goods out.
Yeah, and so it's something that definitely needs to be on our radar and for us to watch, because if we do find those mounds here, then we would need to alert somebody and let them know so that they can get a really good handle of where the fire ant is.
We need to confirm that those, in fact, are fire ants, which again, remember, these mounds are going to be big, like really noticeably big, like bigger than anybody has ever seen around here probably. And I think there's been several cases popping up around McCreary and Whitley County, so it's not just a single case.
And I know, like, your cattlemen sent hay to eastern Kentucky. People might be going over there in the fall of the year to, you know, maybe do some camping, different things like that. So firewood is one of the ways that we can transport them back home.
Right.
And so we just want to be real careful. Buy the firewood there, use it there, leave it there.
Anything that you can do to minimize moving items, you know, from one place to another within reason, just bear that in mind, you know, and because they're not just going to walk here, you know, they're going to get transported here in some way, you know, like you said, on nursery goods, on fire. They could get transported on anything. Yeah. So we wanted to let people know that this is a thing, and obviously it's something we don't want, because when you get into a fire ant mound, thankfully I've not ever experienced it, but I think it can be really painful. And they can sting multiple times. So just wanted to sort of update everybody on kind of where that situation is.
All right, Jason, we appreciate the information. And if you have questions, make sure to contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching and have a great day.